Barbara Messiniak. I was sharing with you in a previous video about her book from the 1980s, Bringers of the Dawn. I've got hold of some of her channeled recent work. I'm going to be sharing it with you in this video. So what has Barbara been channeling recently? Well, here's just a taste of some of the things that she has been saying.
The fourth quarter of 2021, you are experiencing a global scale collapse. And some of you know that this was long overdue. That people have been blindsided, running like lemons over the cliff. And they are so distracted by the deadly devices, by the dancing of pictures, and the sounds and disinformation on the deadly devices, that they hardly allow themselves time to really think the process through. You've been caught up in a whirlwind that's just the nature of these times. And so in this location, right in the current now, in this galaxy, the Milky Way on Earth, there is a reckoning taking place. Yes, freedom is on the rise. There is no doubt about that. And confidence in yourself is on the rise on a global scale. The confidence in the systems that govern you are collapsing. So we would like to invite you to settle yourself fit. And a good way to separate yourself is to become aware of your physical body. Your body is your vehicle through which you can experience these times. The biggest test of the time is taking responsibility for the choices that you have made, that you are making, and that you will make. The manure is going to hit the fan big time in the next 6 months. Stress, shake-up, stress, shake-up, systems, shocking, not what people thought. New revelations of data. It sinks in. So, the December month may shake people to their core. So it's been long-term experimentation in reversing belief systems and convincing people that things are not good for them, and the things that are great for them to be suspicious of. This would be the larger God-mind challenge. The test of the times is, can you find your way through all of this and find the truth and the integrity of what works for you? The next year, 2022, is going to be one of the most challenging years that you have in recorded memory. There's certainly been many profound challenges that your parents, grandparents, even perhaps yourself have had to face. But this collective mass event and mass events, sometimes they can happen locally and then ripple out with and prior to technologies, while mass events still change the course of events. Think back to World War II. It was a mass event, yet here in the US, you have newsreels or telegraph, or you could find things out later after mass consciousness shaking events had occurred. Now you are finding them out within seconds. And this overwhelming collection of events is difficult to sort out. Often by a Friday afternoon, people have processed so many pancakes of events beginning with Monday AM, Friday at 9 AM, they can't remember the massive event that happened on Monday, so much is coming at you. And this is part of the spiritual test. Can you be in an avalanche of disrupting data that rocks and shakes the idea of your world, but generally not the world that you are experiencing in the moment, just the idea, and you get swept up with this avalanche of data, rocks coming? So your discipline is to experience this, and at this time you maintain your own center balance, your own confidence, and who you have come to discover that you are. And we've suggested that as things get crazier, you will become more psychic. You will have greater insight. Do you put your attention upon it for the masses? Many people will lose their minds, yes. The mind is the greatest asset that you can discover at this time. So it's a big conundrum. Aquarius technology is bound to be some betrayals, bound to be perhaps some systemic collapses. Astrologers often say that Saturn square Uranus springs, earthquakes, and any of the above can transpire. In the year 2022, these 3 twos, 2, 2, 2, well, they've been long looked at as a time that would test the health of the planet. And so you may find that, let's call them medical experiments, have created tremendous havoc among the immune systems of many. An unwitting person, from a very kind point of view, it will be a big wake-up call for people who trusted in the system, to find that the system betrayed them. There have been all kinds of corruption, betrayals and lies, etc. So this is going to awaken some sleepers awake. It's going to rattle a whole bunch of others, because it won't be theory anymore. It will be real. So many people are very aware of the evil. The evil has taken over politicians, people of authority, and certainly the medical monopoly. Can't even call it a profession anymore, because there are entirely too many people that went into medicine to make money, and they are completely disconnected from the people that they are treating. If they are totally afraid of naming what's going on, because there goes the status, the money, the house, the job, you would call it career suicide to stand up and speak the truth. But that's fine. You have plenty of lifetimes to incarnate and work on the same problem over and over again. Career suicide. I better keep my mouth shut and go along with the dark programs rather than give up my status. Yes, the soul is very excited about those choices, and the soul would say, yes, these are your choices. So we are giving you a practical picture of what the mass consciousness appears to be co-creating. And that would be a massive statement of trust in the system that many are calling corrupt, and yet the blind keep trusting in a system that will kill them and betray them and send them like lemmings over the cliff. And they watch the lemmings go over the cliff, and they still run with the lemmings. This is part of what you will witness, and the more you have a clear grounding with reality, it could work for you. But there will be stress on supplies, on systems, unreliable people, and so there will be some chaos that will unfold there. There is no doubt about it. You are also dealing with a desperate mass psychosis of people. All of this confusion, all of the entities, all of the stress has made people mentally insane, and they cannot figure out anymore what works and what does not. There are too many data avalanches coming at them. The data is so conflicting and so confusing, people are not in their bodies any longer. So the lessons for the unaware will be very severe. The choices will come home to roost in a very heavy way. That's just the nature of these times. You can be of great assistance to your family and friends if they are open to it, which many people are reporting. There's been lots of fractures between friendships, between families, between jobs and everything. People are splitting. We've called this the splitting of the worlds. We talked about this way back when we believe it was 1994, the worlds began to split. That people learned to become psychically aware of trust and to make decisions versus those who are completely and totally dependent upon technology, which is not designed at this time to work in your favor. Technology is being used to take you down. Technology in and of itself can be built in such a way to help mankind. There are many forces that are at play. You are at the end of a certain cycle of development. And in other words, as a human species, you have taken the technological path. And this technological path has expressed itself worldwide. People who do not have running water and do not have bathrooms or flush toilets, they have cell phones. And so you leaped into this technological exposure without taking care of the basic needs of life, shelter, clean water, food, etc. So there are going to be big shake-ups, big wipeouts, and a rearranging, something ideally wholesome, and a new type of consciousness, a new type of approach to the body, a new type of healing, a new type of education, because you can see government, education, medical monopolies are not supporting the well-being of humankind. So you must be patient, you must be courageous, you must be observant, you must take action very strongly to improve your own life. It's just essential to feeding your soul.
So wow, some pretty profound stuff. I'm going to be following Barbara's work and be sharing more of it with you in these videos. But if you are at a stage in your life where you are questioning your abilities, your life mission, your life purpose, I'd love to work with you personally. I'm offering QHHT, IQH sessions where you can tap into your higher self, your subconscious, and find the answers that are locked deep inside of you. But until the next video, much love.